Okay, hello everyone. I am your teacher, and today we are going to talk about a new topic, the present perfect tense. Okay. But before starting to talk about the present perfect, we have to review or know what the past participle is. Okay. What is the past participle? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Do you remember this column? Okay. When you were learning the past simple in the regular, irregular verbs, okay? The third column, we are going to focus today on the third column, okay? This column. Okay. We have the first column, which is the base form of the verb. The second column is the simple past, and the third column is the past participle form of the verbs. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, baked, simple past, and past participle baked. Bake, infinitive form. Okay, let's take a look to the three different forms. Okay, these are regular verbs. Remember that. The verbs in the third column are called verbs in the past participle form. Okay, these are regular verbs. The question is, are they similar to the verbs in the past simple? Let's take a look to simple past and past participle form of verbs, of regular verbs. Baked and baked, baked and baked, behaved and behaved. Okay? Are they similar? Do they look similar? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, yes, regular verbs in their past simple and past participle forms look the same, okay? You just have to add ed to the base form of the verbs, okay? They look the same, okay? But now let's focus on the third column in irregular verbs. Irregular verbs, okay? Okay, let's pay attention, okay? Let's take a look. Okay, I taken here a few examples, okay? For example, the verb be, infinitive form. Was and were, past simple. Been, past participle. Do, infinitive form. Did, past simple. Done, past participle. Break, infinitive form. Broke, past simple form. Broken, past participle form. Drink, drank, and drunk. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Get, got, got. Go, went, been and gone. What happened here? What happens here? Okay. Are they the same? Do they change? What do you think? Okay. Okay, yes, they change. Okay. They change. Sometimes they change a few letters, and sometimes they they keep the same form as in past simple. For example, the verb get. You have get, got, and got. But most of the verbs, most of irregular verbs change. Been, done, broken, drunk, forgotten. These are examples of irregular verbs that change when they become past participle form, okay? In conclusion, past participle form of verbs in regular verbs is the same as past simple form. You just add ed, okay? It's quite simple. They are the same as past simple. Quite simple, isn't it? But now let's focus on irregular verbs. You've got to study or memorize the past participle form of irregular verbs. Okay, yes, it's not so easy as with regular verbs, isn't it? Forgotten, given, been, broken, done are examples of past participle form of verbs. You have to study or memorize these forms of verbs to use them, okay, in the present perfect. Okay, let's go back to the present perfect. What is the present perfect tense? Okay, if you mix present and past, you have the present perfect, okay? We say that the present perfect is a combination of past and present because we use this tense to express a past event that has consequences in the present. We use this verb to describe events, experiences that happen in the past, but that have some kind of effect or consequences in the present. So the past and the present are connected in this tense. For example, we use the present perfect to describe when something started in the past and continues in the present. For example, they have been married for 3 years. They have been married for 3 years. Okay? They got married in the past. And now in the present, they are still married. Okay? I known my friend Paula for 4 or 5 years, okay? I met my friend in the past, but I still know her in the present. I am still her friend. She has lived in Liverpool all her life, okay? Since she was a child, she lived in Liverpool. And she still lives in Liverpool in the present, okay? We use the present perfect also to talk about life experience, okay? To talk about your experiences during your whole life. For example, he hasn't traveled overseas before. He hasn't traveled overseas before. Have you ever seen an alien? I have been to Tokyo. They have visited Paris 3 times. We have never seen that film. Okay? We use the present perfect to describe something that happened in the past. But the exact time it happened is not important. The exact time is not important in the present perfect. because the important thing is the event, what happened, and that it has a connection with the present. For example, I have done my homework. I have done my homework. I finished my homework in the past. It is not important at what exact time, only that it is now done, okay? Another example, I have forgotten my bag. Exactly when in the past I forgot my bag is not important. The important thing here is that I don't have it now. I don't have it now. We do not, something important to say about the present perfect is that we don't usually state past time like in the past simple. For example, I have done my homework yesterday is not correct. We don't use expressions like yesterday, last night, last month, last year, okay? Three days ago, okay? We don't use those exact time expressions in the present perfect. Okay, now let's focus on the present perfect form, okay? Let's focus on the present perfect form. Okay, we have affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. Okay. Okay, let's take a look to positive or affirmative form in the present perfect. Okay, the structure is subject, have plus have or has, depending on the subject, plus past participle. Okay. For example, I have tried sushi. You use have or has depending on the subject. Remember, if it is he, she, or it, you must use has. Okay. Let's take a look to the negative form. First, you have the subject plus have not or has not, depending on the subject, plus past participle. For example, I have not tried sushi, or in its contracted form, I haven't tried sushi. And finally, the interrogative form. You have first have or has, not the subject, plus the subject in the second place, plus past participle, plus a question mark, okay? There is an inversion here, like in most of the questions in English. For example, have you tried sushi? Okay, this is the form of the present perfect. Here you have some examples of the affirmative form. Let's take a look. These are some examples of the negative form of the present perfect. Let's take a look. And these are some examples of the interrogative form. I want you to notice one form in particular. For example, this form. Has Jane played basketball? This is the interrogative form, okay? But you can answer with short answers, okay? Has Jane played basketball? You can answer yes, she has, or no, she hasn't, okay? You may or can apply short answers to with the present perfect. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for your attention in this video. Please leave your comments if you like the video or not, if you understood or didn't understand the video. Please let me know. Bye bye, student. It's nice to have you here. Okay.